Hi, I'm Matt Hatton from technology industry analyst firm Transformer Insights. We're here at the Things Conference in Amsterdam talking about IoT and LoRaWAN. I'm joined by Helge Ulstein from Wilhelmsen. John, tell me a little bit about your organization.
Yes, Wilhelmsen is quite a big company.
Mm-hmm.
It's 22,000 employees. We are present 2,200 places worldwide.
Wow.
We are big in logistics. We do ship management, technology, and we are 165 years old approximately.
Wow, so you've got some heritage behind you. Interesting stuff going on in IoT at the moment, particularly I think around the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum. That must be interesting you.
Yes. I've been working partly as a vessel manager and also partly in the Wilhelmsen technical department.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of been in search for a global wireless solution for ships.
Yeah.
Both for the logistic parts, but also for internal gathering of information.
Information on the ships during operations, effectively?
Yes, but also it could be in a logistic, if you have a factory which make a product,
Yeah.
and they install IoT tag, and with us bringing the wireless to the ocean,
Yeah.
you can actually follow this package all the way to the consumer.
All the way end to end throughout the supply chain. I mean, this must be quite a well, it's a great technology for you to be using, presumably.
Yes, because the challenge today is that Europe is using 868,
Mm-hmm.
America's using 915, and Asia is using other frequencies, which is makes it difficult in today operation. And with the LoRa 2.4, we will kind of have a harmonization of the world.
So a much more consistent deployment environment that you can use around the world. Has LoRa always been the technology that you wanted to use, or have you been exploring other technologies over the years?
I think the road forward to LoRa has been long, and we have tested different other solutions. But with the specification for LoRa, you know, it's working below the noise level. And on board ships there's a lot of noise, both electrical and mechanical noise. And it seems very good.
Yeah, so it's more effective environment and better than some of the legacy systems that you might have been using, presumably.
Yeah, normally for ships everything is wired.
Okay.
Because when you buy a ship it's quite high price.
Yeah.
And you don't want to spend too much money, so
you keep the cost down by not putting in too much wire. And presumably you've got sailors hunting around the ship for a cut in a wire if you ever have any problems with the connectivity on the ship.
Yes, correct. And with how the world is becoming today, you know, it's more talk about the environment.
Yeah.
And in that respect, we want to operate the ships in a better way. But to do that, we need to collect information.
Yeah.
And we cannot do that by using cables.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So then we need this wireless technology to help us in that respect.
So this is a big driver for you, the demand for sustainability of the shipping industry.
Correct. And also another point is we do a lot of maintenance on board ships. Today we do it based on time or running hours, but it doesn't mean that it needs to be maintained. So in that respect also we want to be more smart, install wireless intelligent sensors, so we just do the maintenance when it's required.
Okay, so I mean this is one of the core use cases for IoT, right? Not rather than replacing parts just based on a multi-year cycle, you're replacing it based on wear and tear, whether there's a requirement to swap that piece out. So it makes the total cost of ownership of the machinery much better, presumably.
Yeah, correct. And We also in Wilhelmsen we have another initiative. It's together with the Kongsberg Group. We have a company called Masterly. It's the first. We are building the first autonomous container ship.
Okay.
But to be able to introduce autonomous shipping, you have to get the cost down. There's no people on board. So for the future, you also need a wireless network for those kind of assets.
To be able to operate all the various systems on board the ships. When are we likely to see those? Because that's quite an exciting next generation use of IoT. So how far away are we from those kinds of ships?
It's under construction now.
Okay.
It will be sent for. First you do the steel.
Yeah.
And then you go to do all the equipment, and that will be in April. So during the 2020, I guess we will see that ship.
Okay. And presumably, as with most things, ships generally are getting more intelligent.
Yeah.
Would that be a fair thing to say? How does that reflect in what you need to do with connectivity around the ship? Is it just more connected devices? Is the whole thing becoming more automated?
Yeah, I think it also helps the people on board because the requirements are getting more and more. You have more checklists, you have more procedures. If we can automate this by using smart technology, we could take some load of the sailor and they can use their time to sail the ship in a safe manner.
Okay. And more effectively and efficiently. Fewer sailors required, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what else have you seen at the show that's been of interest to you? Obviously, we talked about the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum. Has there been other things here that have been interesting?
For me, it's to show the people here that there is somebody who wants 2.4.
Okay.
So we need somebody to make sensors. We need people to make gateways and drive the business forward.
Well, this is an ecosystem event, effectively.
Correct.
And I think there have been a number of people who I've spoken to over the course of the last day and a half who have said exactly that thing. This 2.4 gives a substantial benefit.
Yeah, and if you are a manufacturer in Japan, you have to make a sensor for the Japan market, or you have to make one for the European market, you have to make one for the American market. So if we can have one frequency for, it will be better and cheaper, I guess, and yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, Jon, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me here.